And we're back. Love these classes, man. This is the morning class where all the killers show up. This role is an interesting role for my boy Steve. It's interesting because a lot of his arsenals is pretty much what I like to go to as well, my go-tos. Right off the bat, he's super heavy here. And he's getting that shoulder across. I kind of recognized it and gets the tap real quick. I know what he was going for. I'm still trying to learn how to trade with my new current limitations that I have. I have 9 surgeries, and I have this huge metal rod on my collarbone, which is the one he went for right there. And so I'm trying to learn how to be able to roll. And with these limitations, I have to be smart as well and just tap fast. But this is one of my favorite subs where he grabs that, he traps that shoulder and gets the choke. He went for it again. He's right on my collarbone. Normally I would write it out, but man, it's so painful, so quick that I just tap quick, which is cool because, I'm trying to figure out how to set my body, how to, adapt with these new limitations. Again, what new ways can I defend it? What new ways can I create an off balance where I'll be able to be a little bit more effective? Again, he goes for it again. He's got it. I got my elbow high. His elbow's high, so it's not on the actual collarbone. I got my hand in between, but as you can see, he gets it in. I'm trying to, and I gets the tap again, but I tell him to stay so I can try to figure out, or another way to get out or help. He's going to transition. So goes for this gift wrap and goes for this choke right here, which I'm kind of feeling I'm okay. But I think he makes an adjustment that I kind of start seeing those spots where I'm like, yeah, if I hang around here too long, I'm going night. And there was a few more rows coming after this, so I didn't want to take a 20-minute nap. But anyway, so here we are. He gives me top position, great. So I'm keeping my head super tight to his body here, really closing any gaps or any holes. Trying to use that knee to break that grip. He's got a super strong grip, and it's interesting. His bottom movement and top movement is just like what I like to go. See, he's controlling that wrist. Boom, beautiful. I love it. Sets up that Kimura, and I recognized it. This is one of my go-tos as well. It was like a mirror of myself. Very interesting. Sometimes he's gonna fish this cross face from a top, and he's gonna turn his hips and roll me over. Yeah, that's what he's going for. Boom, there it is. But I said, no. I'm gonna stay on top. But it's amazing how, rolling with him kind of felt, or I was identifying the moves because it's my go-tos. I love doing the stuff that he's going for. So here we go. We get a little intermission by my boy Slim. I'm gonna get him on video soon. He's another awesome athlete, man. So here I am with Steve again, just trying to stay heavy on him. He's got good defenses. He stays himself really tight, which makes it difficult for me to get my hands in. I'm trying to flatten him out, but again, he's just moves really well and very chill during our roll. He wasn't huffing and puffing, so I knew he was like super relaxed. He's comfortable doing this. He's seen it all. I mean, he's been training for a while. I remember him coming in and working privates and getting on the mat. So he's just as comfortable as any experienced guy I've rode with. No composures, no spazziness. So love it. Love training guys like this who hold it together under pressure. And as you can see, he's just chilling there too, no big worry. Come to mount, catches that quarter guard right in there. I'm trying to stay tight in here, trying to get him to react No real threat on that choke. Trying to grab in, trying to get that Kimura grip in there, but nope, doesn't work out. I'm fishing for it, nada, can't get it. He gets on top, and so now here we go again. So controls my hips. I'm trying to keep that distance. I'm trying to do the same thing, just bait his arm out, but he does great, man. Can't wait to roll with him again. Boom! What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel here at where Renzo Gracie, New York City, is where amazing journeys begin and last a lifetime. Introduce yourself to the audience. Tell us your name, your age, your rank, and how long you've been training.
Hey, I'm Steve Maraboli. I'm a 49-year-old brown belt here at the great Blue Basement, the Mecca of Jiu-Jitsu. And thank you so much for having me on. It was great rolling with you today, Professor. Always endless amounts of people out here. Everyone hashtags Jiu-Jitsu. They hashtag Jiu-Jitsu life. But where are you? Come to the Blue Basement. Get some rolls and learn Jiu-Jitsu and learn a whole bunch of other stuff.
Nice, nice. Man, thank you for taking the time to roll with me or to chat, man. So,
of course, and before you go on, let me tell you why I said okay to this. I get asked to do this a lot, and I often say no. Professor said, hey, I like to reach people, I like to impact people, inspire, educate, entertain. I want to impact the world in a positive way. He said this when no camera was pointed his direction. We had just finished rolling, and I said, of course, count me in for that.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Appreciate that, man. Man, you know, I get asked this question a lot. And for everyone is different. What inspired you to start training Jiu-Jitsu?
Oh, geez. A lot of different things. I always had it in the back of my head in former military police. So self-defense, ground combat was my specialty as a military policeman. And then I went through a transition of, career and making enough money and then making more money and then all the stuff that comes with that. I always had in my mind to continue doing some sort of exercise. I just didn't have the environment. You have to have an environment conducive towards the thing you want. And I didn't have that. So I didn't have anything or anyone around me that was really conducive to fitness and exercise. I had built an environment conducive to what I wanted then, which was success, monetary success, and that kind of stuff. So I had to make those adjustments, and I started, you want to figure out who's who and what's what in your life? Change for the better. Do something different, and you'll see. They won't have to tell you. You'll see. So I started creating a new environment conducive to my growth. Started hanging out with more people who were doing what I wanted to do, kind of like a second act in life. Sure. And I found myself here now nearly a decade ago. And haven't stopped coming.
Yeah, I remember when you walked through these doors, man. I remember, man. Thank you for sharing that, man. And Jiu-Jitsu is not an easy sport. It's something that's a grind. Every single day you face all sorts of different challenges, injuries, recoveries, family, business. What motivates you today to keep coming back? What is your why? What is your purpose?
Well, Jiu-Jitsu emulates life. How you do anything is how you do everything. And Jiu-Jitsu offers that to you. And who you meet, I trained with you today. I trained with a bunch of other beasts today, world champions today, black belts today. But who I meet in every single one of those matches is me. That's who I'm meeting in there. I'm learning about myself, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I'm able to correct in a safe space. It's funny to call it the safe space, just like it's funny to call Jiu-Jitsu the gentle art. It's funny. But this becomes a safe space to develop yourself, to get better. And you find yourself with other people who are doing the same. But in Jiu-Jitsu, for anyone out there who hasn't started yet, I'm telling you who you meet. When you're exhausted and some trained animal has your back trying to strangle you, who you meet is yourself. You meet why you quit in second grade. You meet why you weren't a good spouse. You meet why you could have been a better kid. You were a better student. You meet you. And you have the opportunity to make those corrections while you're here on these mats.
Wow, that's powerful. That's well said, man. Thank you for sharing that. Wow, that's very well said, man. Man, left me speechless there.
It's the truth, man. It's the truth. And why I keep coming is that. So, quick behavioral science hack for everybody. Really, the only thing humans like is two things: dopamine and serotonin. and you develop your life based on how you get those things. And so, having developed the habit of this kind of navigating through life and death situations, which is what we learn to do in the military. You're training life or death situations so that you can respond accordingly in life or death situations. So I had built basically the youth, the most impactful time of my life, built how do I get those chemicals? By navigating through life or death situations. So for the decade or so that I wasn't doing jiu-jitsu after the military, I was a series of self-destructive habits, personally, professionally, relationships, all this stuff, picking all the worst people I could pick to be in relationships with, because what was I doing? Subconsciously, I was creating really horrible situations for me to figure myself out, figure my way out of this. How am I going to get out of this? Which is really bad idea. So jiu-jitsu not only offered me the opportunity to look at the dark side of my life. Remember, if you're successful, if you're having successes, if you have that bright inspiration in your life, something they very rarely talk about. The brighter the light, the darker the shadow. You got to deal with some stuff, and if you don't, it's going to deal with you. So it dealt with me, and I got to learn about my shadow, my dark areas, where I'm awesome and where I really suck, where I'm a great human being and where I'm a really crappy human being. And I had to deal with that, face it, and adjust it. And jiu-jitsu now, because I learned at a young age, where do I thrive? Getting myself out of crappy situations. Instead of doing it in my personal and professional life, I'm able to do it and create like a control, like a scientific control. Every day here, I find myself in crappy situations, tough situations where I have to navigate myself out. I do it here so I don't have to do it out there.
Right. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. And if there's someone watching out there, better yet, I love making this interesting. If your old version, the young you, the one that wasn't training jiu-jitsu, is watching this video right now, he's on the fence, what would you tell that person? What would you tell your old self?
That you have to take the step. You have to find the message in the mess. And the message in the mess is that if you want something different, you have to do something different. And I know that there's so many beautiful ways and poetic and enchanting and mystical ways to say it. And you can have your vision boards and you can have all your intentions and you can do all that. And that is poetic, it's beautiful, it's amazing. Also, like Einstein said, when Einstein was asked how this universe works, we're part of this universe, right? We're atoms and molecules in motion. So we're subject to the laws of physics. So when Einstein was asked, how does this universe work? He said something simple. He said, nothing happens until something moves. So if you want something, move. Move in a direction. Don't stay still. You could have the greatest artist in the world doing your vision board. You could have the Dalai Lama teaching you how to meditate, and you want a healthier life, a better life. You could have those things in place, and the person who has none of that and just did 5 push-ups is already closer than you. Nothing happens until something moves. Do all the beauty, say all the prayers, do all the meditations, but then unass the couch and get in here. Sign up, bring a friend. If you're a veteran out there, you know I love you. You're my people. You want that community. You think that you're thinking dark thoughts. You think you're feeling different ways. I promise you, you will not out crazy a jiu-jitsu gym. You come in here, you'll be amongst your people. You'll be amongst people who are also navigating through life like you, different things. Veterans, come on in. Ask for me, come on here. Ask for Professor, come on in here. We'll roll with you. We'll get the body moving. You'll get all those chemicals back, and you'll see not only is there the greatest day ahead, the best of your life is ahead. Get in here, though. Nothing happens until something moves.
That's right. And if there's any veteran out there, anyone that wants to connect with you, how can they find you? What's your social media?
I'm an easily findable fella. My name's Steve Maraboli, one word, all over social media. I promise you'll find me. Reach out. We have so many veterans in here. I'm an ambassador for the We Defy Foundation. We are impacting veterans all around the United States through jiu-jitsu. We're doing our little part, but we're still doing something.
Thank you so much for sharing,
yes, sir.
man.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you all.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Leave on the comments, share your story. I love to read them, love to hear them. And again, outdoors, our training facilities open for all you guys who wants to start that journey. I'll see you soon. God bless.